Somebody who's been in the trenches. Somebody who forsake personal wealth and fame to work with people who are struggling. Okay? That's the leadership we need. Personal, connected, hands-on. So it's with honor and respect that I present to you the next president of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Got it back. All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think, I don't know, maybe the White House was trying to mess with my mind. If we have a medic, if we have somebody, can somebody contact 911 or the medics? I think we may have somebody outside. Somebody just fell, they probably felt a little bit faint. I was joined by about 17,000 of my closest friends and about 500 of the media. And I announced that I was running for the presidency of the United States of America. We could put money into early education. We could put money to pay more teachers. We could create more flexibility in the classroom. We can ensure that every child who is qualified can go to college. There is no reason that we can't do that. What's missing is a sense of urgency. Because we distance ourselves from those children who are left behind. We say we're not going to leave any child behind, but then we leave the money behind for no child left behind. We know what could work if we decided that every child was our child and that we have a commitment to all of them. We understand that we face an energy challenge, that every time that Saudi Arabia decides to turn off the spigot, everybody here ends up paying a tax at the pump. But not only that, we send $800 million a year to some of the most hostile nations on earth. We fund both sides of the war on terrorism. And in the bargain, at the same time as the oil executives are getting record bonuses, we have a situation in which the polar ice caps are melting and we may be seeing the slow deterioration of our climate. And most of all, we see a war that should have never been authorized and should have never been waged. A war that after $500 billion and over 3,000 of our greatest young men and women lost, we actually find ourselves less safe than we were before. Our standing in the world diminished. Now we know that unless we match the might of our military with the strength of our diplomacy and the power of our alliances, that we will never be safe. Are we in a moment right now where potentially we can not just win an election, but we can transform a country? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes, we can transform the country right here and right now. We've got a window to make a change. And we've got to seize that opportunity. Now, it's true that I've only been in Washington for a little while. But I've been in Washington long enough to know it needs to change. I know that. Because at every juncture in America, we've always had that audacity to hope. Think about it. 13 colonies decide we're going to start a whole new kind of government. We're going to throw off the tyranny of the British Empire, and we will create a government that's never been tried, other than by and for the people. And then some people noticed that the Constitution, as wonderful as a document as it was, still had the stain of slavery in it. And a whole bunch of people said, you know what? I know you think that we can't end slavery, that politically it's not possible, but we're going to march and we're going to rally and we're going to agitate around abolition. And a war was fought until finally we no longer had a country that was half slave and half free. And then you had a whole bunch of women. In fact, you know, I'm sure it was a woman who was looking across the kitchen table and she said, you know, I'm smarter than that guy. How come I can't vote? And so they started agitating because they wanted to be a partner in the process of creating a new America. And women won the right to vote and fully participate in our politics. At each and every juncture, there's always been folks who said we can't. Always been folks to say, let's just give up. Always been people who've been willing to settle. But in each and every juncture, there've been people who said, yes, we can. We're coming up on the anniversary of Bloody Sunday, and that's where the marchers attempted to march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge for civil rights and voting rights, and were turned back by the dogs and the hoses and the horses and the tear gas. And 2 weeks after that, people were feeling discouraged. People were feeling hopeless. And Dr. King gathered them together in a church and he told them that the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. But here's the thing, Los Angeles, it doesn't bend on its own. It bends because each and every one of us put our hand on that arc, and we bend it in the direction of justice. And so that's what I want you to do. I want you to leave here determined to bend that arc in the direction of justice. Bend it in the direction of peace instead of war. Bend it in the direction of health care for all. Bend it in the direction for educational opportunity. Bend it in the direction of justice. Bend it in the direction of equality. If you do that, then I'm not only confident that I will be your next president. I am confident that we're going to have an entirely new and better America. Thank you, Los Angeles. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.